Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Luri and today I am back with a new video for you all. Basically what I'm going to be doing today is I am going to talk about some vegan TikTok recipes that I followed. So I do want to point out all my vegan recipe videos were recorded in January in spirit of Veganuary. But I did have exams in January as well, so I wasn't really able to sit down and explain the video, as well as editing was not a possibility for me during the exams. So all my Veganuary videos will be uploaded in February, which I think is fine though, but just so you know, they will be uploading a little bit later than expected because I didn't have time during January to edit them, but they were recorded during Veganuary. So I did for this week's video is basically I went on TikTok, I typed in vegan recipes, and the first 5 videos that showed up I actually made. And I think we had 2 smoothie bowls, 2 dinners, and then I also had a snack, I reckon. So it was really good variation, which is nice. And I'm really excited to show you what I got. So we're going to be just going ahead and start this video. So for the first TikTok that I found was basically this purple cloud smoothie, and it was really nice because the lady put the ingredients on the screen, so that was really helpful. And with her it looked really purple and it looked so yummy, so I thought, you know what, I'm gonna give it a try. It looks really good, it's vegan, and it looks pretty easy as well. So for this recipe you needed 3 frozen bananas. So what I did was I put bananas in some like IKEA bags and put them in the freezer the day before, and then I just cut them up in little slices so that they will go into my mixer a little bit better than when you put like the whole banana in. And then obviously I put them in the mixer once I cut them up in slices. And then we also needed a cup of mango pieces and a cup of blueberry. The mango and the blueberry both needed to be frozen as well in order to get like the perfect smoothie. And then I also needed some almond milk. I think it was like 1/4 cup-ish of almond milk. But when I put all the ingredients together in the blender and I started blending them, it went a little bit difficult. So I needed to put a little bit more almond milk in order to get like this decent structure for like a smoothie bowl. It was a little bit too liquidy, I would say. It was not the absolute perfect texture, but it was pretty good for a smoothie bowl. It did not turn out as purple as it did on the ladies' TikTok, but it still looked pretty good and it was also pretty nice. As I said, it was a little bit too like liquidy and the texture was a little bit, I don't know, off, because it was also like getting out of the bowl, so I needed to eat pretty quickly, which is dangerous for like a brain freeze. But after all, it was a really easy recipe. The mixing was a little bit difficult because I needed to like add in a little bit more almond milk, and I needed to like have a spoon to like mix it up because it kept getting stuck in my mixer. And I do have a really good blender, so that was a little bit annoying. But after all, I really love this recipe and it was really good. Since that day I actually have made this recipe a few other times as well because I just absolutely love it so much. So yeah, it's definitely, I should give it a try if I were you as well. It was so good. So the next TikTok I found was a lady who veganized Gigi Hadid's pasta, and it was basically a spicy vodka pasta. I wasn't really gonna drink because I obviously had exams. I was in the middle of my exams, so I didn't add in the vodka. But on the TikTok she also like said like you don't have to add in the vodka if you don't want to, and in like her comments she actually put in the recipe, which was really nice. That really helped me, you know, realize what I need to put in, you know, this recipe. It was really nice. I will insert the TikTok now and then I will show you how I made it.
Veganizing celebrity recipes day 1 with supermodel Gigi Hadid's spicy vodka pasta. I don't know about you guys, but I often get a little deflated when vegan recipes use direct swaps for animal products. I'm talking like vegan butter and vegan cheese, for example. I find these ingredients expensive, sometimes hard to find, and I don't always feel the greatest after eating them. So for this series, I'll be using whole foods as much as possible. The full veganized recipe linked in my bio. Follow to join the series.
So this was a very easy, simple recipe. Preparation wise, all you need to do was slice up some onion. So I used a white onion and I just cut it up into pieces. And I think I used half an onion. I am not 100% sure, but I just like cut that up. And then you also needed some garlic. So I took some garlic and I kind of squished it and then like cut it up into tiny little pieces as well. And then all you needed was some coconut milk and almond milk. I think you needed like 60 ml of almond milk and 60 of coconut milk, but I'm not 100% sure anymore how much I needed for that. So next, pretty easy up, you just needed to like cook your pasta. So I just put like some boiling water, some olive oil and some salt, and then I put in my pasta as much as I thought I needed. And then pretty easy as well, you just put in some butter in a pan and start by putting in your onion and your garlic. And I kind of cooked that until it was like that typical glazy look that onion and garlic gets once, you know, you put it in a pan. And the butter I used was vegan, by the way, just to point that out. So when the onions and the garlic were like really glazy, I put the lid on my pan for a little bit and like made it simmer for a few minutes, I think like 2 or 3 minutes, before adding the tomato paste and the milk. And just once I added in the tomato paste and the milk, I made sure that everything was mixed up really well. And as you can see, I got like this orangey kind of liquidy sauce, which looked pretty good. So once the pasta was done cooking, I took the pasta, got rid of the pasta water and added the pasta to the pan where my veggies and my sauce were, and made sure that that was all mixed in pretty nicely so that my pasta got this orangey color from, you know, the sauce. And when that was done, I added in some spinach. I just threw it on as much as I wanted to, and I made sure it was all stirred through nicely. At this point, I did realize that my sauce looked a little bit too runny and not thick enough for a pasta sauce, but I was willing to give it a try anyway. It looked pretty good. I know that I did review the pasta at that minute, so I'm gonna show you what I thought of the Gigi Hadid pasta now. So I've got the finished recipe with me. Basically, I think it's okay. I haven't tasted it yet, but I think the sauce added in pretty nicely. At first I was like, that's never gonna make a sauce and that's never gonna look good, but that did good. The sauce looks pretty good for like a pasta sauce. I'm a little bit sad about the lack of vegetables in it. I think I should have added a little bit more spinach after all, but that's too late now. But yeah, I really liked a little bit more vegetables, but I'm gonna try it and we'll see how it tastes. Okay, so I just tasted it. I'm sitting in my sofa, which I normally never do once I eat. But you know what? Sometimes things change and it's actually really good. I didn't expect it to be so yummy. It has a really weird taste, which funny enough, I can't put a word to it. I thought it was going to be much more coconutty, but it tastes really good. Yeah, I stick to my statement. The vegetables definitely need some vegetables in it, but it does taste really good. So it is, yeah, I think it succeeded. So yeah, if you want to try out the recipe, please do, just add some more vegetables. So next up, I found a TikTok that basically explained how you could make some really healthy vegan snacks. some chickpeas with all sorts of seasoning on it, and it was gonna taste delicious and good, and it was a really healthy snack. So I thought, you know what, I love chickpeas, I need to try this out. And in the TikTok as well, so good. She really explains step to step what you need to do in the TikTok, which is really nice. So basically, I just preheat the oven to 200 degrees. Then I took out my chickpeas and made sure that I drained them all nice, and then I put them in a towel. Once I put them in a towel, I made sure that they were really dry. So I rubbed it all together and made sure that the chickpeas were as dry as possible. And then I just removed all the excess skin, you know, that comes off chickpeas. Sometimes you have like this excess skin that comes off, so I just removed that. And then I put all my chickpeas in a big bowl. I use this bowl for salads normally, but now I used it for my chickpeas. And then it was pretty simple. You just added in some olive oil, some salt. I know that I also used some curcuma. I used some paprika powder, and I used some garlic as seasoning. I used a lot of seasoning because I like it when there's a lot of taste to stuff, so I did add in a lot. And then basically you just take your hands and you mix it all in together, like you rub it all in, which is nice and easy to do as well. My hands were so dirty afterwards, but that's fine. And then you basically, it's such an easy recipe, because then all you need to do is put your chickpeas on a tray, a baking tray, and just make sure that they're evened out nicely, that, you know, the whole tray is filled with your chickpeas. And then all you need to do is put it in the oven. I think, if I remember correctly, it was for 20 minutes, but I can't really remember anymore. I think it was 20 minutes. I should have looked back on the TikTok. With editing, I'm gonna realize how many minutes it was, but I think it was 20 minutes. Maybe it was 15, can't remember, I'm not gonna try to remember. But you put them in the oven for like 10 to 20 minutes, I think, get them out, and then you just like kind of switch them up a little bit so that, you know, not one side gets burned, so you all mix it up a bit. You put them back in the oven until they're hard and crispy. Yeah, so that's basically all you do. It's really easy, really simple. It didn't take a long time. I think it was like only like 5 to 10 minutes of preparing it. Obviously in the oven it needs to go a little bit longer, but as long as you're home you can do so much more whilst they're in the oven. And I did review this recipe as well the day itself, so I'm gonna show you now what I thought of it. So the chickpeas are ready, so I got them out of the oven. I actually forgot to record that, and I put them in a little box, and I actually left them to sit a little bit because I didn't really feel like eating them anymore yesterday. I tried some, and yesterday evening they weren't hard or crispy, so I'm gonna try one now. Not crispy at all, but really yummy. Oh, that's so good. This is honestly going to be one of my new favorite snacks. I couldn't get them to get crispy, which is a little bit annoying, but they're still really good even though they're not crispy. This is really yummy. I definitely recommend. God, this is so good. Can't stop eating them now. My love. Oh, really good. I'm a big fan of this. Next up, I got another smoothie bowl, and this was like a pink smoothie bowl, and it turned out really pink, so that's lovely. The thing that I hated about this TikTok is that she never put in the ingredients in like the comments or in the video, so I need to guess a little bit what she did. But basically, all you needed were some frozen mango pieces, some frozen strawberries, and some frozen raspberries, and then she added in some milk. So I chose coconut milk because I had that in the house still, so I just chose coconut milk. and then you need to mix it all up. I used too many frozen goodies, so it was a little bit hard to mix it up, but in the end it all went fine. I just needed, you know, it took me a while to get it mixed up, and in the end it was a little bit too runny. It wasn't the perfect texture for a smoothie bowl, but it looked delicious. The coloring on this smoothie bowl is absolutely gorgeous, and I loved it so much. Was not as pink as she showed on her TikTok, but this smoothie bowl tasted so good. But also, what's not to like? I mean, there's just raspberries, mangoes and strawberries in it, so there's nothing that you don't like, and such an easy recipe to make. I definitely recommend making this because it was so easy to make. So the next and last recipe I found on TikTok was an orzo salad, and I know orzo is like a pasta that looks like rice. I didn't have orzo in the house, and I had some rice that I needed to use, so instead of orzo I used rice. But for the rest, I did everything the way that she taught me to do it.
People think being vegan is restrictive, but they don't realize the plant world is abundant. There are 20,000 edible plants in this world, and when a dead body is not the star of your plate, you experiment, introduce flavors and ingredients you would have never touched. The diversity of your diet skyrockets, and your plate is as colorful as a rainbow. If you want simple, healthy recipes, come to my Instagram where I share plant-based recipes daily.
A little annoying because she didn't put any, you know, recipe in the comments or in her TikTok, but I just did whatever I could. I started with slicing up some cucumber as much as I felt like I could eat, and put that on a bowl. And then I started slicing up some pepper or paprika as well, also as much as I thought that I could, you know, manage to eat. And next I had this bowl of black olives, and I just cut all the olives into 2 pieces, so it was a little bit easier to eat, because, you know, like a whole olive isn't easy to eat, so I just cut them all in 2 pieces, which is a little bit easier to eat. What I did next is I sliced up a lemon, and I made sure that all the juice was out of this lemon, and I just put it in like a little bowl. And then I drained the chickpeas as well, and that's so easy because that's all you need to do as preparation. Once the rice is cooked, you just put the rice in a bowl, a big bowl. Then you just add in some salad. I just used a mix of salad, like green and purple salad. And then afterwards, you just put in all your veggies. You could like make sure that they're not touching each other. Like you have the cucumber, the pepper, the olives on one side, but I just mixed it up all together. And then what you do next is you take your squeezed lemon juice and you put that in the salad as well. Afterwards, you drizzle over a little bit of olive oil, not too much, just like to your taste. And you also add in some salt and some pepper as well. So some salt and pepper. And that's basically it. You just mix everything up nice and easily, and when you're done mixing it up, you can just, you know, put it on a plate or eat it out of the bowl, however you want to. And it's a really easy recipe. It is so good looking. It looks so awesome. The thing that I was a little bit doubtful about is that you don't have a real dressing in it. You just have your olive oil and your lemon juice. But yeah, I did do a review of the food the day itself, so I'm going to show you what I thought of it right now. It's alright. It does taste good. Obviously, what's not to like? It's just veggies and rice, but it's a little bit dry. I think it could use some dressing, maybe like a honey dressing, or like, I'm not sure, like something fresh. But overall, it's really good. Just if you add a little dressing, it will be so much better. But it is a pretty healthy vegan recipe, so I mean, that's really nice that you have like a healthy meal. And when you just add dressing or any vegetables you like, it's a pretty easy meal that you can just make in like 15 minutes, not even 15 minutes. Obviously the rice has to cook, but that's only 10 minutes. So it's a pretty easy meal to make, and it's really lovely. So yeah, I do recommend but do buy some dressing for it, something that you like, and maybe add some carrots as well, or some other veggies that you like, some zucchini or something, I don't know, veggies that you like. Yeah, but overall it's a success for me. So yeah, and that's basically all that I have for you guys today. That is all of the videos that I followed on TikTok. I think TikTok is a really good place to find new recipes, because I found some good recipes that I absolutely adore. And I'm definitely gonna be using again. I think TikTok is like the place to be if you want to find out new recipes. But yeah, that's basically it I have for you today. I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more videos, and I will be blessing your heart with more vegan videos the next few days. So yeah, I will see you next week with another video. Bye.